You mentioned that, modern day relationships, things have changed. My argument is that the changes have made it worse. Since we're in a state now where marriages, birth rates are at the lowest they've ever been, right? So people are not having children. More women are single now than ever before, and they estimate over 50% of women will stay single in 2030.
Wow.
Then on top of that, about 7 to 8 out of divorces in the West, Canada, United States, etc., are initiated by women, and over 50% of marriages end in divorce. So I think there's a problem here. These modern day relationships clearly don't work. And I think a lot of it is because the gender roles have become ambiguous. Women have become more masculine and men have become more feminine.
Yes.
And it just doesn't work. We're trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and it just doesn't work.
It's almost like they're trying to correct a lot of the things that they deem within the mainstream. Before we get into today's topics, I need you guys to please like, comment, share, but most importantly, hit that subscribe button. So what I really want to get to today is, within this Black Manosphere, these lifestyle and dating coaches, they've been popping up all over. You see these guys telling guys how to treat women. Some of them, you could argue, kind of toxic. Some actually give really good advice. You have people like the roommates, for instance, where they try to teach men how to level up. That's like their thing. How to be a better person, how to be a better, more responsible man. Even Kevin Samuels, there was a time where he used to talk to men a lot and tell them things that they needed to do to, achieve success. The main theme that I see with a lot of them is that if you want to get women, you have to build yourself up to a point where you have enough wealth so that you can kind of pick and choose and have more leverage within the dating sphere. That's the common theme that I've seen. So Kevin Samuels came out. He blew up. I mean, this guy has over 1 million subscribers now. I think he's one of the first people within the manosphere culture that really gained a lot of popularity online. A lot of popularity. And then you have these other guys that recently came up too. And the only reason why I found out about them was through watching some Kevin Samuels clips. He was featured on this podcast called the Fresh and Fit podcast. And it was these guys that had this really, really elaborate studio. And all they do is bring girls on this studio, talk to them, and tell them exactly. It's almost like they're kind of giving them game about how men think and how women should view the dating world.
You mentioned that, modern day relationships, things have changed. My argument is that the changes have made it worse. Since we're in a state now where marriages, birth rates are at the lowest they've ever been, right? So people are not having children. More women are single now than ever before, and they estimate over 50% of women will stay single in 2030.
Wow.
Then on top of that, about 7 to 8 out of divorces in the West, Canada, United States, etc., are initiated by women, and over 50% of marriages end in divorce. So I think there's a problem here. These modern day relationships clearly don't work. And I think a lot of it is because the gender roles have become ambiguous. Women have become more masculine and men have become more feminine.
Yes.
And it just doesn't work. We're trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and it just doesn't work.
It's almost like they're trying to correct a lot of the things that they deem within the mainstream filter. They're trying to correct a lot of those things that they see. They talk about how women come into the world with some level of privilege, and they give out some game. I won't lie. There's some things that they say that I'm like, they're kind of making a good point. But then there's some times where it just kind of goes overboard. Fresh and Fit, though. The reason why I paid attention to these guys is because I noticed that they started to peak. Right after Kevin Samuels peaked, got to 1 million subscribers, they also started to gain a lot of subscribers. At some point, they were at about over 400,000 subscribers. And what I respected about them was their hard work, their focus, their determination. These guys put on like 6 videos. I'm telling you, content creating is not easy. It's not easy. And these guys put out like 2-3 hour podcast every night, at least six nights a week. They bring girls on, they talk to them about dating, they ask them questions, they challenge them, and their whole thing is that they're trying to help men better navigate within the dating world. That's like their big thing. In fact, they give dating tips, they give lifestyle tips for men, you know, similar to the roommates, but theirs is more geared towards like the dating. And their own thing is that they want men to date as many women as possible. Because if they do, then they call it the abundance mindset or something along those lines, where they feel like the more options you have, the better that you're able to navigate within the dating world. So they give all these tips. They're essentially dating coaches. You know, some people call them pickup artists. But like I said, one thing that I respect is their dedication. I mean, these guys are putting out, their output is ridiculous. It's not easy trying to put out videos. I mean, you see, it took me weeks to even put out this video. It's not easy doing it 6 nights a week. And they put in a lot of work into their studio. You know, not only that, they get guests, you know, very influential guests. They got they even got academics on at one point. They got I think Tim Cast. They got a lot of influential people. They got Kevin Samuels on their show. They have a lot of these guest spots. And they've been growing. And as of recently, they've been growing at a rapid pace. And they've been getting massive views. I'm talking about over 200,000 views per video. And you know what? You know, views equals money. So they're getting a lot of money. You know, sometimes they even show it off. You know, and they try to show men how to better leverage their wealth, their clout. You know, they advise men on navigating the social media space. You know, they tell men that, you know, use every option available. You know, approach men and women in person. You know, get used to approaching women. They call it cold approach or something like that. They tell you your Instagram, you need to have it in a certain way. Like they really break down this stuff. And look, I don't judge. I'm not here to even judge what their content is about. What I respect is the level of effort that they put into putting out these videos. As a content creator, you have to respect it. I mean, you just have to respect it. They're hardworking, and the way they were growing at such a rapid pace. I mean, they had less than 500,000 subscribers, but they were getting videos with over 1 million views. You know, and they were doing it consistently. So these are people that I pay attention to everything. I pay attention, even the feminists on YouTube. I consume these things because I'm a content creator, and I like to see how these people leverage their communities and grow their base. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Hit the bell button. I hope you like this video. If you want more videos like this, please let me know in the comment section and subscribe. Thank you.